It's a bullish XRP update, just what you were asking for on a Friday morning, April 17th, 2026. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. And we're going to break down the current events, financial markets, and how to take advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Let's get right on into it, folks. Oil getting smacked back down below $80 per barrel. This is after oil ran up all the way again to $117 per barrel just 10 days ago. Now, when we got this drop on Wednesday, April 8th, this is when I took my opportunity to go long oil, and I called the bluff on the peace deal last weekend. That play did work out very well. We were able to secure our profit as oil immediately shot back up here to $105 per barrel when the Sunday futures opened back up. Now, this week we have peace, and this is why oil is coming back down, and this is why crypto is pumping right now, is we have peace in the Middle East for now, a little temporary ceasefire. Let's see if it lasts. And then the other thing that happened is that they opened back up the Strait of Hormuz. Iran is still collecting the tolls, but we got flows going through the Strait of Hormuz. And so this week, oil comes back down. Thankfully, I was able to take profit. I sold off my oil long here up at $99 per barrel before we got smacked down to $80 per barrel. I took the money and ran, knowing that I was participating in a market with much more sophisticated traders with a lot more resources than me. But for my first oil trade, it was a success. Now we take a look at XRP back up here to $1.50 this morning. Still consolidating in this range that we've been trading at since the beginning of February, when we hit the low of this bear market cycle at $1.11. Now, I've been calling for the final bear market low to come in once again with at least a double bottom or maybe a break below. Nothing has been invalidated in that analysis, and so I still have my orders to the downside. I have to let everybody know that before we get to the bullish content. I am praying for peace. I hope that this ceasefire takes us to a lasting peace deal, and that we can get back off to the races with our bull run again, and have lasting peace in the Middle East. That would be great. That is my hope. That is my prayer. Let's see if it happens. But for now, I still have my orders placed to the downside just in case it doesn't go as planned. And President Trump putting out a post this morning saying that Israel is now prohibited by the United States of America from bombing Lebanon. Yeah, let's see if that holds up. Trump also says that the U.S. will also get all nuclear dust from Iran. Let's also see how that one plays out. Okay, I'm cautiously optimistic, praying for peace, and we'll see how it goes. But Iran has directly denied Trump's claim that it agreed to hand over its enriched uranium, with a source close to Parliament Speaker saying that no form of nuclear material transfer to America has been negotiated. So once again, conflicting reports from both sides. We are at war, so I don't expect to get the full story from President Trump. I don't expect to get the full story from the other side. I don't really trust what I'm seeing in the media, in the headlines right now. But let's see what happens. A second Iranian source called it another lie, adding that no major progress has been made and that continuation of talks is contingent on compliance with all of Iran's conditions. Okay. All ships passing through the strait will still be required by the IRGC for coordination, with military vessels banned entirely per Iranian state TV. But the markets love it, right? Stock market back up, new all-time high for the stock market, crypto back up. In fact, I think that Bitcoin went all the way up to 78,000 this morning, getting close here to actually breaking back out for Bitcoin, back up to a pretty interesting level. And that rotation back into crypto, we talked about that yesterday. It is coming. I don't know if this is the real rotation, but we're starting to see a little bit of inflows coming in. The XRP ETF inflows have been really great. So we'll continue to monitor that situation. Yesterday, and we really have to understand this, the money printer is already going burr. The Federal Reserve and the Treasury are both adding to their balance sheet for T-bills. We already have stimulus and liquidity injection. The war has provided good cover, and along with the private credit crisis, we're going to have all the excuses that we need. Even without the escalation of the war, we already have the excuses that we need, And watch what they do, not what they say. The Treasury once again just bought back 15 billion worth of Treasury bills yesterday again. This is the same level that was a previous all-time high. And if I'm not mistaken, they've now bought back this level, 15 billion in one day, 3 times. So the Treasury is already buying back T-bills. The Federal Reserve has taken their balance sheet of T-bills to a level that was that's now above where we were at in 2020 and 2021. And the same day that this happens, we get a former Treasury Secretary, Hank Paulson, calling on U.S. authorities to prepare a backup plan in order to avert a potential collapse in demand for treasuries. He says the U.S. should prepare for a, quote, vicious crash in treasuries. What would lead to that? And what does he know? And what would be the solution? This is where we get excited because we know that digital assets, stablecoins backed by treasuries are the solution. And that's what's happening right now, folks. We're going to get into some bullish crypto content. Before we do, if you're looking for a place to buy, sell, hold digital assets for free, no AUM, and a place that you can do it with free institutional grade custody, we got you covered. Our sponsor, iTrust Capital, is linked up down below. When you use my link, you'll get a $100 funding bonus. But I had to let you know about their new account, which is the Treasury accounts that they just rolled out for your corporate capital to be deployed to cryptocurrencies and precious metals. This is for your business, your trust, your nonprofit. iTrust Capital has you covered. This is one of 3 accounts. They also have the premium custody account. And then, of course, they have the IRA. If you're looking to get those retirement funds, roll over that 401k today. We have them linked up down below for a $100 funding bonus. Guys, we've gone from being under complete attack, regulation by enforcement, lawsuits, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars spent litigating against the SEC, to now the SEC hosting podcasts to talk about crypto. That's how far this thing's turned around. And if you aren't bullish yet, folks, come on. Paul Atkins, the SEC chair, sits down with Hester Pierce to discuss crypto regulations on the SEC's new podcast. The complete 180 from being attacked, from being killed in the United States of America for trying to be a crypto entrepreneur or builder, to now them bull posting, to now them hosting podcasts. SEC Chair Paul Atkins says everything gets tokenized over the next couple years. That's why I refuse to get too bearish. I might be concerned about some things here in the short term, but let's zoom out. Let's take a step back. There's a reason why we keep a smile on our face in the middle of this bear market, because we see how strong the fundamentals are. And so do the congressmen and women in D.C. doing the D.C. dance. While they play around stalling out on clarity, they're buying the heck out of this dip. 250,000 of Bitcoin just purchased by Representative Sherry Biggs. What does she know? One of the largest Bitcoin purchases we have seen by an active member of Congress. So D.C., they're going all in. The regulators, you bet. Wall Street, you already know what's happening. Look at these headlines. Goldman Sachs launching a Bitcoin-related ETF. They're joining the party. Morgan Stanley, most successful ETF launch ever is Bitcoin ETF. Just wait till they do the XRP ETF. I'm telling you, I just laugh. I have a good time with your Bitcoin and your Ethereum ETFs. Come join the party. But you really want to juice it? You really want to have some fun? Launch that XRP ETF, baby. You make some real money. Charles Schwab rolling out direct spot crypto trading. Once again, they're starting with Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's great. Dip your toe in the water when you're ready to dive in head first and you're ready to make some big money, which me trying to tell Charles Schwab how to make big money. But I'm just saying, it's just data that our XRP ETFs are absolutely smashing and the inflows are coming back in. But Charles Schwab joining the party, let them pump it up. Bitcoin, Ethereum trading live on Schwab. And the New York Stock Exchange all in on crypto. Wall Street has literally arrived. It's no longer a secret. It is happening now. And that's why we're putting out a bullish XRP update this Friday to show you guys that, yes, the ceasefire might not last. Maybe it doesn't work out. And we could see some short-term volatility that does get a little bit rough. But we will be taking advantage of that to buy the heck out of that dip. Or if we do get lasting peace and a peace deal and we're off to the races here, all of these fundamentals, all of this momentum that we've talking about, It's right out here. I mean, you have to be blind not to see it. And so either way we go, we're positioned perfectly. If peace deal fails, we flush it out, our buy orders get filled, and then we're off to the races. Or we get a lasting peace deal, it works, and the bull run has begun. I'm completely exposed. And so if I don't get my last buy orders in at $1 XRP, don't care, because we're already all in XRP. I'm already in a big XRP long. And I'd be happy to see this thing fly. I'd also be happy to see some peace in the Middle East as well, too. So there you have it, folks. A bullish XRP update this Friday. Things are looking good for now. Will it last? You guys let me know in the comments down below. And let me know if you guys have changed your buy orders. Have you guys canceled your lower buy orders? Are you FOMOing in right now? Or are you still holding those buy orders to the downside, preparing for one last dip? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to join us in our private community, every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, we do our private Discord weekly call. We'll be doing that again tomorrow. And if you want to join us, head on over to my website. You sign up through Patreon to get access to Discord, and we'd love to have you in our investment community. With that being said, if you appreciate our content, please help us out by liking this video before you check out. We'll see you in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.